Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing, this April Fool's Day 2025 nightly cryptocurrency video. We're going to get right on into this because I'm extremely tired working the double shift jobs. There's not much news that I want to read. Bitcoin traders overstating the impacts of US-led tariffs war on BTC price. Bitcoin stays down, but whales climb wallets to a 4-month high. So the whales are accumulating. So that's something, but I don't really feel like reading the news. If we look at the price action, still do not want to buy you. We look at the price action here, you can see we did have an up day, but it is kind of to be expected. And you can see we're still sneaking our way ever so closer to that golden bear's cross. And we were talking about when we were in this dinosaur pattern here, where you can kind of see the shell right there and the neck or the head of the turtle conveyor belt, that they often and almost always it's an industry exclusive first mover advantage pattern that I've dissected and seen over and over and over. And then it comes down, and then as these overhead moving average continue to trend down, any kind of little return rally would likely get shot down by these falling overhead moving averages. There's still a slight outside shot that we hit the 50-day or right along that horizontal blue support resistance, in this case resistance at 90,000. But the more likely scenario is either the 200-day in the daily at 85 and change, or the 50 in the daily at 87, I believe that is 87 and change, 87,600 would knock that price down, because I believe the next move is coming to 74,070 and change, because I believe we're in this over uh, macro pattern or long-term pattern of this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern similar to XRP. And I believe the $58,000 is the neckline, because this right shoulder, left shoulder consolidation used that 57, 58,000 over a span of about 6 to 8 months as support and resistance, often as support forming the neckline. I believe we're going to have a rally for the right shoulder, maybe from around the 58,000 all the way back up to near 80, which would be a big move. But eventually, I think we have a targeted move down here at 32 cents. So we'll see how that continues to play out. Bitcoin dominance hit, I believe it said, a 6-week high. It breached what we were in on February 7th. So almost a 2-month high it's breached. And because of that, the altcoins uh, are going to have some heavy sell pressure on them. And you can see we did have some brief pumps on some of the altcoins earlier this morning as Bitcoin dominance briefly started to fall, but then it recovered. And you can see uh, with the big rise today, the XLM was starting to uptrend, and then it had a big fall down coinciding with the pump and dominance, right? Because when Bitcoin dominance rises, altcoins generally go down. We bounce off that 25.5 cents, an area that we talked about watching. We're going to have a golden bearish cross, just like we had a bearish cross of the 50 underneath the medium term moving average back there, right around the start of the month, as we started forecasting that in all of these coins way back here. And look at the spread difference when they were both trending upwards, right? But I believe this rally is going to be short-lived. It actually did break down yesterday or this morning. We go into the 1 hour time frame, that might have happened today. Yeah, it looks like that happened. The breakdown. Yeah, today, no, Wednesday the 26th. So that would have been last week. The breakdown started and the fall has continued through the weekend. We had a little bit of a rally here uh yesterday, but it started giving that back today. I think you're going to trade around here as high as you're going to come up. I believe in this. If it tries to have another bounce off of this major 25 cents, would be up near that 50-day moving average. And I believe you're coming down here in the next major move down to 18 cents before I then, as we've been talking about, if we zoom out into the 4 hour time frame, I think there's going to be a pretty nice rally from the 18 cents potentially back up to this 25.5 to 28 cent level to then get the big hook nose bearish reversal pattern. And I think we have a big fall and a local capitulation down to 14.5 cents. And I believe that would be followed by an even bigger rally, where that could be a rally where you go from potentially to 14 cents and try to run all the way back up to this 36 to 40 cent level, to where if you look at it in the daily, you would have a massive recovery there, right? That doesn't mean it would hold it, but you would have a big swing trade opportunity in an area where there would be localized FOMO if that was to play out in the purple followed by the red. So that's something that the first mover advantage at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing will continue to follow. But we've been bearish and we're going to continue to be bearish on a lot of these coins right now, even with the jockeying of the position. The same way as you got that first mover advantage, become members of Jabroni Killers. We let you know, still don't want to buy you, still don't care. If we look at the purple circle up there in early to mid January, that's right off that 340 top. That's where I drew out this pattern in yellow and said we were in a head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern when this is all the data that we had. And then the rest of the market figured it out right about here, and then they were quickly to go bullish and going to $4 or $5 or $6 right there, and then they were willing to do it again right here. This was off the manipulated news right here on that fateful Sunday morning a couple of weeks ago, and this was the news right here with the Fed and the official ending of the XRP SEC lawsuit. I've been saying this for several months, going on 3 months now, that we're in this head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. The $2.09 purple area is the neckline. Major upper resistance is the 257. We were going to have a bearish cross, and you can see how close we are now. This is one of the last coins to do it. We're almost to that bearish cross, only a few days away from it. Our next move down is to touch the 200-day moving average in the daily, something you haven't done since way back here just before the Trump election. And then I believe we're going to have a technical breakdown in the next month, maybe 6 or 8 weeks, down to $1.29, head and shoulders, topping out reversal pattern, technical target, followed by what should be a quick snap to the upside, as there's a lot of buyers down there that could pump the price back up into the 255 range very quickly. Not to say it's going to hold it, but that's already my pattern that we've been speculating on going into the mid and late summer, and potentially at the end of it, it could turn into something, a full lateral flush, as I call them in orange, where we actually come back down into about the 75, 80 cent range, almost pre-pump levels. So those are things that I'm watching out for. I'm extremely tired. Just wanted to get this update out to you. Peace and love. Direct side route, Jay.